Hi guys, for today we are going to talk about TV in the Philippines. So it's a combination of a discussion on the history of television and the television industry here in the Philippines. Okay? So in the Philippines, although television had its beginning way back in the 1930s, when British, Russians, and Americans were experimenting with it, it was not until 1950 that television finally arrived here in the Philippines. Okay? In the Philippines, there are two universities that actually experimented with television before it became commercial. This is the University of Santo Tomas and Fiat University 2 years later. So 1950s, it was experimented in UST, and then after 2 years, uh, Fiat University got a hold of the technology as well. So commercial TV was introduced in the Philippines in 1953. So DZAQ TV Channel 3, owned by the Alto Broadcasting System, owned by Antonio Quirino, the brother of the incumbent president during that time, Elpidio Quirino. So the broadcasting franchise of ABS was awarded to the brother of the president, who then was Elpidio Quirino. Okay. Now, in 1956, ABS, or Alto Broadcasting Station, was bought by Chronicle Broadcasting Network, CBN, a radio network owned by the media mogul Eugenio Lopez Sr. and his brother Fernando Lopez. But back then, he was the vice president of the Philippines. So it's very funny how what transpired, because the two people who were awarded their first and second radio broadcast franchise was the brother of the president and the brother of the vice president of the Philippines back then. So anyway, after 3 years, 1956, ABS was bought by CBN, or by Chronicle Broadcasting Network. This acquisition actually signaled the birth of ABS-CBN. The Lopezes also owned Manila Chronicle, a newspaper company. So now, because of this, the Lopezes, or ABS-CBN, therefore became not only the first radio television network in the Philippines, but also media cross entity owned by the family, because they are the first media conglomerate here in the Philippines, the Lopezes. So um, this was Antonio Lopez. I'm sorry, Antonio Quirino, the brother of Elpidio Quirino. And of course, this is Eugenio Lopez Sr., okay? The brother of the Vice President Fernando Lopez. Okay? Now, economic constraints during the early years of TV forced dependence in imported programs from the US. So, Philippine television's dependence to US programming may be partly responsible for the Filipinos' colonial mentality that continued even today. Because of course, content, you have the network already, but you do not really produce content per se. So, you have to buy TV programs and recorded TV programs from the US, and then you have to broadcast it here in the Philippines. So hence creating, or hence contributing to the colonial mentality of Filipinos. Okay? The commercial trust of Philippine broadcasting made it unique among other East Asian countries because electronic media was controlled by the government. Okay, so this is the difference. In the Philippines, even now, networks, media stations should be owned 100% by Filipinos. And uh, they are privately owned. Unlike in other East Asian countries, or in other Asian countries in particular, where the government has a hand, or has a lot of regulation in some areas, or in some countries, uh, the government, the media is actually run by the government. But here in the Philippines, we have what we call free media, where uh, private individuals, corporations, private Filipino corporations owned media, and entertainment networks. So that's the difference. So meaning, here in the Philippines, TV is highly commercialized and it's lightly regulated by the government. Okay. By 1966, only a little over 10 years after TV came to the Philippines, there were 18 privately owned channels in the country. You have channels 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. And the school managed channel 14. That's a channel for Fiati University. Channels 3, 5, and 7 and 13 in Cebu, 4 and 12 in Bacolod, and 5 and 13 in Baguio, and 6 in Dagupan. So those are the the TV stations that are operating during the mid 1960s. Now, for today, television today, this is a comparatively large number of TV stations throughout the country. 437 stations nationwide and 23 in Metro Manila alone. Okay? But still, the TV market is highly concentrated as a for four major owners. So you have ABS-CBN Corporation, you have GMA Network Incorporated, you have TV5, okay? And then you have what we call what you call this Zoe channel. So those are the four. Okay, but now, of course, the landscape actually is very different now because of the cancellation of the franchise of the ABS-CBN network. So, in terms of how it is worked today, uh, Zoe TV is actually partnered with ABS-CBN to create A to Z channel now. Okay, but of course they still in terms of popularity, they lost a lot when they lost channel 2 because of the government did not renew their TV franchise. Okay, as a result, basically ABS-CBN, GMA Network, and TV5, okay, before the cancellation, controlled 88% of television audience here in the Philippines. The result is even more striking as even the two biggest companies, ABS-CBN and GMA Network Incorporated, form a duopoly, firmly grasping the audience share of 80%. Imagine the two networks uh, became the two giants that we have today, though they control 80%, more than 80% of the audience share. Okay, so these are the major television networks that we have. Of course, you have ABS-CBN. Uh, I'm sorry, this is a typo. You have GMA 7. Okay, GMA Network Incorporated. So GMA launched DZBB 7 in 1961 by Robert Stewart, an American journalist. Uh, its foreign name was Republic Broadcast System, or RBS. Then the call sign changed, or the channel changed, and named it GMA Television Arts in 1974. So 1974 GMA Radio Television Arts, okay, is the name of the radio station. Now RBS corporate name shifted to GMA Network Incorporated in 1996. Okay, so you have GMA. Of course, you have TV5, launched DZTM5 in 1960 by Chino Roses, the owner also of Manila Times. Okay, in 1972, ABC shut down due to martial law, but then President Ferdinand Marcos. But in 1992, ABC relaunched Channel 5 and became the fastest growing network. Okay, in 2008, it became TV5. So you have GMA, you have TV5, and yeah, of course, you have ABS-CBN. I have already discussed that earlier. Okay, so now you have People's Television Network, or PTV. Okay, DWGT TV4, established in 1974, run by the government, of course. The name changed to Maharlika Broadcasting System during martial law. But after martial law, it changed back to PTV, or People's Television. Okay? In 2001, it changed its name to National Broadcasting Network, NBN, and reverted back, but it reverted back to PTV in 2011. This is during Pinoy's time. Sub-government and owned networks also, you have IBC, Intercontinental Broadcasting Network. In 1977, it was run by Andres Soriano. In 1989, it was sequestered together with RPN. So then it was run by the Philippine government. Okay? Now, so you have IBC, you have PTV, you have Channel 5, you have GMA, then you have ABS-CBN. Okay, so those are the more popular TV networks that we have. Now, who owns ABS-CBN? Of course, ABS-CBN is owned by Lopez Holdings Corporation. So if you want to see the asset of Lopez Holdings, it's actually there in Wikipedia. So the chairman of the board is Eugenio Lopez III. So this was what they call this? This was based on uh, the network, the website of the network. Okay, you have Augusto Almeida Lopez, you have Charo Colcho, Charo Santos, Oscar Lopez. So basically run by the Lopez family. Okay. Who owns GMA? Of course, GMA is owned by GMA Holdings Corporation. The board of directors is Attorney Felipe Gozon and Mr. Gilberto Duavit, Joel Marcelo Jimenez, Felipe Yalong. So these are the people, or the people who you can say owns GMA 7. So divisions, you have GMA Artist Center, you have GMA Entertainment Group, Kapuso Foundation, GMA News and Public Affairs, and then you have GMA Regional TV. Okay. Now, TV5, of course, is owned by MediaQuest Holdings, which in turn is wholly subsidiary of the Beneficial Trust Fund of the Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company, headed by business tycoon Manny Pangilinan. So MediaQuest is owned by Manuel V. Pangilinan, or MVP Manny Pangilinan. Okay? So media ownership in the Philippines, of course, the Lopez Company owns 44.99% of ABS-CBN. The Gozon, Jimenez, and Duwabit family owns, because they are publicly traded companies. So, the Gozon, Jimenez, and Duwabit family own 39.7%. MVP owns 7%, and Antonio Cabangon Chua owns 0.45% of CNN. So imagine 81% of the Filipinos watch television, and 71.6 of that 81% watch at least once a week. Okay? So, how much to advertise? Now, this disclaimer, this was done before, again, this was the facts here are done before the franchise was not renewed. Okay? So, it's not updated. And ABS-CBN, of course, they do not really, the networks do not really release uh, these rates from to the public, but of course I asked some contacts, and this is what I got. Okay, so estimated, this is in general for the Philippines, estimated that a simple 15-second commercial on prime time spot is about 100,000 to 400,000. This is in general among all the networks. Of course, it depends on the popularity of the network. I think before the franchise renewal, or before uh, the franchise was not yet denied, so ABS-CBN actually have much higher advertising rates than than GMA7. While 30-second commercial on prime time may cost around 500 to a million. Okay, 500,000 to a million pesos per 30-second per frequency. So per frequency means how many times you show the television, how many times you show the commercial. Okay, so again, so imagine for a prime time show, a very popular show, for example, you have 1 million per 30 minutes. This is a very modest rate. This is a very modest because again, these are averages amongst the more popular network. So imagine just 30-second 1 million pesos per 30-second commercial. So you have again 5-minute commercial breaks, or you have 5-minute commercial breaks. Then you have two commercial breaks. So you have 10 minutes of commercials. Okay, so 10 minutes. So that's 20 million pesos per episode. Okay? This is for prime time. Now, if an advertisement, for example, is in the afternoon spot, usually in the Philippines, the afternoon is dedicated to soap operas. Okay, it is usually cheaper. That costs around 30 to 200,000 pesos per 30-second commercial. Okay? So, that ends my lecture on um, the the television industry. So, if you have any questions, again, you can ask them directly during our synchronous sessions, or you can send me a course message. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.